Hello guys, welcome to the Code Beginners. From this video, I will be starting a new video series on C Sharp, and in this video, I'm gonna tell you how can you make a database in MySQL and how to configure MySQL, and I will tell you how to connect with MySQL database using C Sharp. So let's get started. First of all, you need to have a Visual Studio. For that purpose, you will just type Visual Studio here and click that link, and then you will be redirected to this website, and there you can download Visual Studio for free, download community free. The setup will be downloaded, and then when you will run the setup, Visual Studio will automatically be downloaded. Okay, so the next is MySQL. So you have to download MySQL. For that purpose, just type it in Google, and then something like this will be opened. So click on the download tab, and already clicked. So now come down and community GPL downloads. So just click here, and then you will download MySQL Workbench from here. So I have already downloaded it. So what I will do, I'll just go here and I'll run this. Okay, so it will take some time. So something like this would be open, so you need to keep it on developer default mode. Okay, so you need to click next. When you click next, you will see something more things like here. I have already installed some things for Visual Studio, so it is not showing up. These two things I don't need to install them, but in your case, when there will be coming a lot of things, so you need to check and you need to download all those things, all that stuff that I have downloaded already. So it is not showing me this. So starting with Microsoft and Visual Studio and all the other related stuff, you need to download that. Okay, so I'm moving next. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to install all that stuff all here. Okay, so for that purpose, I'll just execute, and it will start downloading this in a while. So I have to wait for that. So I'm gonna pause the video when my download will be completed, and I will get back. So all the stuff here is perfectly downloaded. So when you're done with this, just click on next. When you will see something like this, so click on next, and then port number 3306, so keep it that way, and just click next. So it is asking you for the password, so you have to type here the 4th length password. So I'm gonna give it a root. So just click next, again click next, and you will see something like this. So you just need to execute that, and with the passage of time, it is just gonna execute all this stuff. So when you are done with this, you just need to click on finish. Okay, so now you have configured MySQL Server 5.7.10 successfully. So now again click next. So just check this, the connection is successful. So click next, and similarly in the same way you need to install these things too. I mean, to check that and to complete that configuration steps. So when you are done with this, you just need to click on finish, and the configuration is completed successfully. Just click on next, and start MySQL Workbench, and click on finish. So when you click on finish, and it will open this MySQL Workbench, so you just need to click here MySQL 57 like here. So So the localhost 8080 port it is showing. So what you need to do here to it is not connected yet, so I need to connect that database. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just connect to database and store in vault, and I'm just gonna put here my password that is root in my case. So okay, so now the database is connected. So these are some tables that are predefined, or databases, sorry, these are some databases having dummy data. So don't worry, we are gonna create our own database. Okay, so for that purpose what you're gonna do, you could just click here, create a new schema in the connected server. When you will click on that, you will see something like this. So this is basically your database. So I'm gonna name my database as database, and when I'll apply, you will see something like this. This is the query to create a database. So when I will apply and finish, you can see that a database has been created. So I can also do that by copy paste. I have copy pasted this query, and let's say I just remove this schema. Okay, so I'm gonna create it via query. So now I'm gonna run my database, so my query. So when it is green, it means that your query has run. Okay, so your database has been created. Okay, so there it is not showing up yet. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna refresh all. So you can see that I have my database here, right here. So we have tables here. So to create a new table, you can just right click on that, and after right clicking you're gonna click on create table, and you will see something like this. So let's say I name my table as like employees. Okay, so just click on this thing and you will come here. So double click on that, and let's name it as EID, and type is integer. This is my primary key. Okay, and I hope you have the concept of primary key, foreign key, and I'm not gonna go into that. So just double click on that. Let's say ename, and this is voucher, and same like that. Let's say address, and same like that. Let's say user name. Okay, so same like that, I'm gonna create another field showing the password, password. Okay, so let's stick to these, only these. So just apply. So these are the queries. Same like that, you can create your database and tables with the queries, or you can create this way as you wish. Okay, so just finish this stuff and we are done creating our database and tables. So now let's come to the Visual Studio. I have already downloaded that Visual Studio, so now it will take time to open up. So this is my Visual Studio. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna click on the new project, and when you will click on new project, it will open that window something like this. So what you need to do, you just need to select Visual C# first. Don't select Visual Basic or C++ or something. So when you will select Visual C Sharp, then you need to select this Windows Form application, and let's name it something first. C Sharp prog. So I have named it like this, and I have selected this Windows Forms application, and now I'm just gonna click it OK. So it will create a project, a C Sharp project for me. So let's see how it is gonna look like. So it is opening. You have to wait until it opens. So when it will open, you will have something like this, a form 1, right? And this is the solution file, first C Sharp program that we have created. So now what we are gonna do, we are just gonna take our toolbox, and from here we just gonna drag a button right here. Okay, so let's name that button like connect, because we are gonna connect our database with MySQL. Sorry, we are gonna connect our database with using C Sharp. So just double click on that. So when you will double click on that, it will take you right to its action listener, if you are familiar with that. Okay, so what you're gonna do now, you're just gonna add a reference of MySQL in your project so that you can connect MySQL easily. So what you're gonna do now, you're just gonna right click on reference, and you're gonna just click on add reference. And when you will add reference, you're gonna go on extension now. So when you will go to the extension, you will see something like this. So you have to scroll down until and unless you find mysql.data, and there it is, 6.9.8.0. so it is the same. So check one of them, so mysql.data, and now press OK. So mysql.data has been added to your references. So now what you're gonna do, you're just gonna right here using mysql.data.mysql okay, MySqlClient. Okay, so put the semicolon on, and you are done. So after that, what you are gonna do, just again double click on that so that you make sure that you came into the right place. Okay, so here you are gonna write the code for the connection. Okay, so I have already written that code, and I will copy paste that code in description also. I will give it to you. So just copy paste. I'm just copy pasting to save time. So that is some Trycatch block. If you are not familiar with Trycatch, then I'll recommend you to read it, because Trycatch block is something that it will try to connect, and if it doesn't connect, then it will catch the exception, it will catch the error and display the error message. Okay, so let's see this string myConnection. We have created a string named as myConnection, and data source, there is localhost. So why it is localhost? I'm gonna show you. Connect to database. You can see that there is host name is localhost. So that's why we have given here data source is equal to localhost. Put the semicolon on and the port is 3306. So let's see. Yes, our port is 3306 here, but I think it's not gonna connect because we have connected with 8080, because this 3306 it has been used by uh, WAMP server in my computer. So I have two MySqls basically, you can say, in my computer. So one is 3306 and one is 8080. So um, the MySql server that I'm using, its port is actually 808080. Okay, so the username is root and the password is root. So MySqlConnection, myConn, I have created that, and that myConnection is that string that I have passed through this. Okay, so that is basically data adapter variable, and I have closed this using the new MySql data adapter if you are familiar with the objects. So the next is uh, this myDataAdapter.SelectCommand to run the query. Okay, so database is my database, and dot I'll write the name of my table that I have created. Okay, so the table name is here, and that is employees. So what I'm gonna write here, I'm gonna write here dot employees. All right, so what I'm gonna write here now, myConn. So that is the things, MySqlConnection, myConn. That's a variable that I have created earlier. So now I'm gonna write here MySqlCommandBuilder CB, and that from that MySqlCommandBuilder I'm gonna pass that query. Okay, so after that, that myConn, I'm gonna open this connection. Okay, to show this dialog box. If my this code for connection works out, then it is gonna display me this dialog box, and then it is gonna close the connection. Otherwise, if this code doesn't work properly, then it is the cursor will come to the catch block and catch the exception, and MessageBox.Show is used for display the message in a box, and ex.Message. This ex is the exception, and it will just simply print out the exception no matter what the exception is. Okay, so now I think we are done here with this. So now just run this and let's see if we have connected our database successfully or not. So when you will start this, this project will take some time to run, so we will wait. So when it will run, it will load, and when it will run, it will show an output window like this that I have created. So that is a connect button that I made. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna click that connect button to connect my database. So when I will click on that, you can see that unable to connect to any of the specified MySql host. It is giving me that exception, that error that I told you about. Exactly that error. So I think the port name should be uh, this, that was this 3306. So I'm gonna give 3306 as the port name. So if I run this now and if I connect this, you can see that I have got connected my database, and I can't tell you how happy I am by connecting my database. So that's it for now, and if you really like the video, please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more, because there is a lot to come yet. Thanks for watching.